What's good with y'all niggas? We back at a couple of another one. I'm saying, man, hey, we got why it sucks to be born as a fire ant. Yeah, I got y'all daily dose of education. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all niggas don't be paying attention in school and shit, so I gotta be y'all's teacher. So grab y'all textbooks, grab y'all a little snack or some shit. Put your phones on D&D. Y'all could have them out. I don't give a fuck. Just put that bitch on D&D. Don't have that shit ringing while you watching me, nigga. Like the video, grab your blunts, grab your carts, bro, and we gonna start our 420 session. Everybody pay attention. There's gonna be a quiz at the end of this bitch.
A worker is licking you before you finish hatching. You're not even fully out of the egg, and she's already cleaning you head to abdomen. Fast and methodical. Not gentle. Not slow. She
Damn.
has 900 other larvae to get to before the
Damn.
hour is out. You have 30 seconds to smell right. If the chemical coating on your body matches the colony, you live. If it doesn't, if something is slightly off, if the humidity in this chamber shifted your egg chemistry just wrong enough, the same workers who cleaned you will carry you to the refuse pile.
So time out. Because you're telling me that my life already depends on how good or not this motherfucker can lick. Right? So if this motherfucker don't lick good enough, I'm getting tossed in the junk pile, bro? What the fuck kind of shit is this?
No second check, no warning, just the pile. You smell correct. The worker moves on before you've taken your first step. A few weeks from now, this colony is going to need a life raft. It will build one out of its own workers linking bodies together, stacking them across open floodwater, keeping the queen dry in the center while the outer edge holds the water line. The colony will survive. The workers on the outer edge mostly won't. You're going to be on the outer edge. You're a larva. You can't walk. You can't see. You open your mouth and workers feed you. And that's the entirety of your existence for the next 2 weeks. While you sit
Damn.
there eating, a decision is being made. The workers controlling your food supply are deciding what you'll become, not the queen. The queen lays the eggs. That's her whole job. What comes out of those eggs, soldier, worker, reproductive, that's up to whoever is
Soldier, worker, reproductor must mean the niggas who are in charge of licking, bro. Because I was about to say, I thought the queen is what does that shit. Okay,
out
okay,
of
okay.
those
I'm locked in.
eggs,
I'm following.
soldier, worker, reproductive, that's up to whoever is rationing the food. More food means a soldier. Soldiers have jaws that can shear through beetle shell. Their heads are wide enough to plug a tunnel entrance. When enemies break through, they lock themselves in place and hold the gap with their own skull, while workers pack mud around them from behind. They live to fight.
Wow.
They're genuinely terrifying. Less food means a worker. Small, fast. The kind the colony needs in the hundreds of thousands. You get less food. Nobody chose this for you specifically. The colony needed more workers than soldiers this week, and you were next in line. That's the whole decision. You
Wow.
pupate. 2 weeks pass. You bite through your casing. You're soft and pale and still hardening when the first larva lands in your legs. You have a job. You tend larvae. You lick them clean. Feed them from your own stomach. Rotate them toward heat or away from moisture, depending on what the chamber needs. You make the same trips, through the same tunnels, in the same direction, for 14 hours at a stretch. Skip
Damn.
forward. When a larva dies, and some die every day, you carry it to the refuse chambers. Same motion you use to carry food. The dead ones are lighter. One morning, a worker in the tunnel ahead of you stops. She doesn't fall. She just stops walking, mid-step, in the middle of the trail. The larva she was carrying rolls gently off her. Another worker picks it up without slowing down. She's 5 weeks old. Workers live about 5 weeks. That's it. No injury, no attack, no particular reason. The fuel just runs out and the legs stop, and that's the
The niggas just die? What the fuck? Damn. So wait. That shit's low key crazy though. These niggas just like they just over it. That easy. They just check out. Check engine light comes on and it's over it. That's so
end.
tough.
You step around her. Someone will carry her to the refuse chambers in an hour or two whenever the trail signal routes a worker
Damn.
close enough. She won't wait long. You have the same 5 weeks. You're 3 weeks in. The trail keeps moving. You keep moving. Then one day the trail splits. A section of tunnel has partially collapsed, soil shifted overnight, the passage narrowed to almost nothing. The workers ahead of you are routing around it, taking a detour that adds 4 minutes to the trip. You watch them go. Then you push into the gap anyway. Your body fits, barely. You drag the larva through sideways, one leg at a time. and come out the other side in the main passage with the trail running straight ahead. You beat the detour by 4 minutes. Nobody noticed. The trail doesn't reward you. No signal says, well done. You just arrive at the nursery first and set the larva down and turn around and go back through the gap again. But you found it. And now you know it's there. Your assignment changes. You're a forager now. You come out of the tunnel and the world is enormous. You've spent 3 weeks in the dark, in tunnels you could measure in centimeters. Out here, a blade of grass is taller than a building. The heat is immediate and total. The sky is just open in every direction, and running through all of it, clear as a road, the trail. Pheromone path laid by the workers before you, thick with information. Where to go, how far, what's at the end. Your antennae read it and your legs follow. You don't decide to forage. Foraging just happens to you. The trail leads to a dead cricket 100 body lengths out. You bite in. Your stinger drives venom into the tissue, a chemical your species makes that almost nothing else on Earth produces, that burns on contact with skin, that makes every animal in this ecosystem take a wide path around any mound they recognize. You weigh less than a grain of rice. But the colony you belong to has made armadillos run, driven deer away from water sources, and killed animals the size of newborn calves when they stepped on a mound. The fear is real. It's just not yours. It's the colony's. You personally contributed 1 sting to a dead cricket. You tear off your piece and carry it back down the trail. You'll make this trip 60 or 70 times before your legs give out. You feel it before you hear it, a vibration in the tunnel floor, rhythmic and heavy and getting closer. Then the ceiling cracks, light floods in. The alarm pheromone hits the air and your body is already running toward the gap before you've processed anything. Fire ants don't flee. Every other insect runs from a threat. Fire ants run at it. You reach the breach with hundreds of others and pour out onto the anteater's snout. You bite, you sting. The venom hits skin and burns and the anteater flinches. 400 workers stinging simultaneously is enough. The anteater swings its head, drags itself backward through the grass, retreats. You're back in the tunnel before the gap is sealed. Workers are already packing soil into the breach relay lines, moving dirt from the inside out, mandible load by mandible load. The mound has been attacked and repaired in 8 minutes. 8 minutes.
Wow.
That's the colony's entire response to a predator the size of a building. Not a retreat, not a regrouping. 8 minutes and the trail is running again like nothing happened. You were on that snout. The colony's takeaway is 8 minutes. The trail is still running, you get back on it. The next few days are quiet, no vibrations, no alarm pheromone. The trail runs, the food comes in, the mound keeps growing. You take your gap in the collapsed tunnel every time, saving 4 minutes off the trip. Arriving at the nursery a little ahead of the workers who don't know about it yet. This is as close to good as it gets down here. The trail runs, you run it, the colony hums. You don't know it yet, but this is the last quiet stretch. It's been raining for 6 hours when the water comes in through the entrance tunnels. You feel the cold before you see it, pressure moving up through the soil, reaching the lower passages, then the nursery. Larvae start to float off the chamber floor. Workers grab them immediately, and the signal fires colony-wide, and 50,000 workers are running before you finish your thought. You grab a larva and run. The lower chambers fill behind you as you climb. You don't look back, you reach the surface, skip forward.
These motherfuckers can swim?
Workers are already linking. Mandibles grip legs. Bodies lock onto bodies. No signal for this, or maybe the signal is just the flood itself. The shared pressure of 10,000 workers arriving at once, all doing the same thing they've done for 100 million years. The raft builds from the outside edge inward. You set down your larva, a worker takes it and pulls it toward the center. You feel a grip on your foreleg, a worker behind you, locking in. You grip the worker in front of you. You are placed on the outer edge. The water rises. The raft lifts. You are below the waterline. The cold hits your body all at once. Not gradually, just suddenly wrong. But you hold. The workers around you hold. Air is trapped in the spaces between your bodies and you breathe from those pockets, slow and still. The raft is alive. It holds itself together by the grip of every worker in it. The queen is somewhere near the center. 8 workers around her at all times, none of them letting her feet touch the water. She doesn't know you're here. She doesn't need to know. You are the wall between her and the flood.
Well,
A fish
shit.
rises beneath you and presses its mouth against the edge of the raft. Workers sting it. It leaves. Even here, half submerged, mid flood, moving on open water, the
Like,
colony
what the
is not
fuck?
something that gets eaten. The fear is still real. Hours pass. The cold works deeper into your body. Workers rotate on the surface, but the cycle is slow and the flood is long, and not everyone rotates back up before the raft catches on a root. Workers at the front start climbing. The signal moves back through the mass. You feel the bodies ahead of you begin to release, and you release too and pull yourself up onto the root, then the bark, then dry ground. You climb, waterlogged. Slower than you should be, your legs working but not right, something in the cold that doesn't fully reverse. The colony is on dry ground. The queen is already surrounded by workers scouting for a new mound site. The trail is re-establishing before you've stopped dripping. The colony doesn't stop. The moment workers find solid ground, they start digging nursery chambers first, then the queen's room, then food storage. The trail reestablishes in hours. By morning, larvae are being fed, and foragers are running routes, and the mound is rising from soil that didn't exist as a mound yesterday.
God
You carry
damn.
a larva to the nursery and set it down. A few weeks ago, before you knew what a flood was, before you knew what a raft was, you were told, the colony is going to save itself by using your body as a life raft. The workers on the outer edge mostly won't make it. The colony survived. You get back on the trail. There are 300 fire ant colonies in a single acre of infested ground. Each one holds up to 500,000 workers. The queen lays 1,500 eggs a day without pause. The colony doesn't track individuals. It tracks density, the number of workers in each tunnel, the chemical pressure of the trails, the volume of the food supply. When density drops, the queen produces more. The number stays constant. What's inside the number changes constantly. 3 days after the flood, your legs stop cooperating. The cold held too long and something in your body doesn't come back from it. Your front legs work, your middle legs are slow. Your back legs drag. You carry one more larva from the nursery to the food chambers, slower than the workers behind you. One of them steps around you, then another. The larva is heavier than it should be. You set it down, you stop. A worker steps over you. She has somewhere to be. 15 minutes later, another worker picks you up and carries you to the refuse chamber. You go
Damn.
in the same pile as the larvae who didn't make it, and the workers who ran out of weeks before the flood, and the ones who held the outer edge until they couldn't. The trail doesn't pause. In the nursery, an egg cracked open while you were being carried to the pile. A worker is licking it clean right now, head to abdomen, fast and methodical. It smells correct. Life as a fire ant might be rough, but there's another animal out there that has it way worse. Trust me, it's wild. Check out the video and see.
Hey, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Fuck fire ants, bro. I have no sympathy for y'all niggas, bro. I'm stepping on y'all niggas. I'm pouring bleach on y'all niggas. I'm pouring gasoline on y'all motherfuckers. I have no sympathy. Fuck fire ants, bro. Fuck roaches, too. All that shit. Especially hornets, nigga. Oh my god. Fuck hornets. Hey, man. If y'all want more animal videos, y'all let me know what y'all want to see in the comment section. I'm gonna fuck with y'all niggas. Y'all have a good day. Stay safe. Your boy, I'm out there.